So you were injured at work because of unsafe conditions, and now you're disabled. Why can't you sue your employer for pain and suffering and all the other injuries? How come you're only limited to what's listed in the Workers' Compensation Act? Let's discuss it. Hi, I'm Larry DeMarco, and I'm a workers' compensation, personal injury, and family law lawyer. The reason why you can't sue your employer is because there's an exclusivity provision of the workers' compensation laws which give immunity to employers. And the reason why lawmakers put that protection in is so that everyone would get covered, all injured workers, not just the ones in unsafe conditions. You see, shortly after the Industrial Revolution, states across the country passed sweeping legislation to protect workers from often unsafe working conditions in dangerous factories and other workplaces. States set up government agencies, the Department of Labor and Industry and Bureau of Workers' Compensations, to administer these claims and give workers money to combat poverty across the country after they hurt themselves at work and became disabled. But in passing these laws, there was a compromise between businesses and employees. Workers needed the protection from injury, and big business wanted protection from the extremely high cost of lawsuits. The compromise that was reached is that businesses, the employers, were granted immunity from lawsuits, substantial savings from having to make people whole and repay for everything the worker lost, including pain and suffering. They only had to pay the benefits enumerated under the Workers' Compensation Act, and specifically, that's a wage loss reimbursement and medical expenses for reasonable and necessary medical treatment for the work injury. In exchange, injured workers got something very important. They wouldn't have to prove an expensive, time-consuming lawsuit and didn't have to prove that the workplace was a dangerous place or unreasonable or that employer mistake caused the worker injury. Blame isn't the basis of recovery under workers' compensation. All the workers had to prove was that an injury through the course and scope of employment caused disability. This gives the positive result that no one is left behind without a paycheck. It protects anyone who became disabled from the injury, both the clumsy and the innocent. The negative part is that the benefits are limited. The workers who get catastrophically injured are not going to get pain and suffering or nearly the damages that they'd be entitled to. They're only getting the lost wages. But the good part of that is that all disabled workers can feed their families and keep a roof over their head. They just don't get fully compensated or made whole. There's some limited, narrow circumstances where an injured worker can sue the employer for all those other damages like pain and suffering, like when the employer doesn't have insurance. Workers' compensation insurance is required by law. Then claimants can choose to sue for pain and suffering if they want. The downside of that opportunity is that there's no insurance. There might be no money to pay whatever awards you get. So it's a small thing. I hope you find this video helpful in understanding why workers' compensation might seem like it's not enough. It's to protect everybody. Please check out all my other legal videos on my YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.
If you or someone you love has been injured or suffered a loss, contact the Law Center. For more information, click the link in the description portion of this video.